just give me a yell and let me know that you guys can hear me. Just give me a thumbs up. Give me a yes. Give me a, yeah, we got you. Awesome. There we go. All right, cool. Looks like we got some Funnel X people in the house, which is cool. Good stuff. All right, so welcome everybody officially to the Tuesday night series, the recognition webinar. It's a pretty exciting week for all us NLS folks. As we know, the national event starts in 2 days on Thursday, which it's going to be a very sleep-deprived night tonight, that's for sure, because I think my alarm clock is set for about 4 a.m. I got a flight at 6, which is just around the corner from here in Manchester. And my wife and I will be flying down to Texas. So very, very excited for that. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight on Tuesday. Got a really cool, super special guest tonight. Can't wait for you guys to meet him. I actually just met him earlier today for the first time. I've heard really good things about him, but before we get there, I just want to, again, welcome everybody here. If you guys are here for the very first time, if this is your first time ever checking out a Now Lifestyle webinar, if this is your first time ever on a webinar, then just, let us know. Just say, hey, it's my first time, or yes, it's my first time, and let us know that it's your first time here. So that way, we can recognize you. And obviously, we got a special gift for those that hang around till the very, very end of this webinar. Okay, Gary, real quick, if you want to get a ticket, all you got to do is reach out to support, and you can get a ticket directly through support. Obviously, as long as you can get there, they can get you a ticket. All right. Eric is a rookie here for the very first time. Everybody, let's welcome Eric. Good to have you here. Thanks for tuning in. Before we get started, guys, make sure that you guys have some pieces of paper, napkins, toilet paper. I don't really care. Have something to write on. Get yourself a pen. Make sure that you guys are prepared to take some notes, because as always, every single Tuesday, we want to provide you guys with as much value as possible so you can hear from the people that are winning, that are hitting the leaderboard, that are getting recognized by the CEO. Joni, welcome. Welcome. It's Joni's first time. Welcome. Thank you for being on board, and thank you for tuning in and coming here. All right, I don't know if there's anybody else here. I think I got everybody. J-Rod, first time. Awesome. Welcome, J-Rod. Good to have you here again. All right, cool. All right, awesome. All right, let's get this going. So, guys, our guest tonight has been with Now Lifestyle for quite some time, believe it or not. A lot of times we'll have new up-and-comers here, but the gentleman we're about to bring on camera is someone who has been in this for the long haul, has never, ever given up, but very consistently hits the leaderboards, was recently recognized by our CEO, Joel Tarian, for being a rock star. Just someone who is obviously somebody you guys should keep an eye on, someone that is going to be destined for very, very big things. Let's welcome our guest tonight, Ace Lopez, all the way from Spain into the conference room. Ace, why don't you hit the old talk now button? Guys, this is what's really one of the things that I love about doing these webinars is connecting with people literally from all over the world. And one of the things I want you guys to realize is that right now it is 3 o'clock in the morning in Spain, 3 o'clock in the morning, and Ace is so determined. This is the dedication. This is the dedication, the commitment, the decision to win by putting yourself out there. So Ace, hats off to you, man. Welcome to the Tuesday recognition webinar.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good, man. You?
Kind of tired. 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm ready to go to bed in an hour or so. But great, doing well. Happy to be here.
Did you get any sleep between since we last spoke?
No, couldn't sleep.
No sleep?
No, nothing.
Nice. Cool, man. Well, again, welcome. First off, why don't you just share with everybody, before we get into obviously, your success path with Now Lifestyle. Tell us, a little bit about yourself. Obviously, you're Ace, but Tell us where you're from, how old you are, and just a little bit about you.
Well, actually, I was born in California. Well, I don't have an English accent anymore because I left when I was 10 years old. I came to Spain, uh, and I've been living in Spain since I was 10 years old. I'm 27 right now, and been living in Spain since then. I've uh, till 2 months ago that I finally quit my job thanks to Now Lifestyle. I was a welder, a full-time welder, until now that I'm a full-time online marketer thanks to Now Lifestyle.
That's awesome, man. Awesome. So what made you want to get into online marketing? What made you look at Now Lifestyle and say, all right, this is something that I want to do?
Well, basically, the time freedom that it actually gives you, being able to work at home, having your own schedule, being your own boss. And like I said before, I was a full-time welder, and as a welder, it's not a pretty nice job to work in. You're always, breathing all this bad stuff, always with weights on. I always had back problems working as a welder and all that. And when I saw what online marketing can actually bring to my life, this freedom time I'm having right now, well, I just jumped right in. I didn't think about it twice. I jumped in till today.
So where did you first get the idea to want to market online? How did that come about? Were you just like surfing the web one day?
I was just searching on the internet one day, and I found it wasn't Now Lifestyle back then when I started. It was another business, and I started seeing what it was. At the beginning, I was a little bit skeptical of what actually it was. I started learning and never quit. And basically that just kept learning how it works, all the how to drive traffic, what actually online marketing was, and I fell in love with it. I really, really did love it, and I stayed for the long haul.
That's just it, man. It's all about the long haul. So hopefully you guys are paying attention, because Ace is already dropping little nuggets talking about the long haul. This isn't a get rich quick scheme. This isn't, hey, I'll sign up today and be rich tomorrow.
Exactly.
How it works. So how did you end up stumbling across Now Lifestyle? Again, was that just kind of like an internet search, or was that like something that like you had heard about? Like how did you hear about NLS?
That actually happened because on the other business when I started that online business, it was searching on the web, and I started with that online business. And when I started bringing some people in, and after being 2 months through that business, one of my downline members gave me a call and said, "Hey Ace, I know you like all this about online marketing. I just found this new business. It's called Now Lifestyle." And I didn't think about it. He told me how the compensation plan was and all that, and I didn't think about it. Just jumped right into Now Lifestyle. That's how I found it, with one of my downlines on the other online marketing business.
Gotcha. Now, are they still in Now Lifestyle too?
Yes, he's still there. He's my direct sponsor, and he's still here. We actually chat almost every day. We're always talking and see new ideas and all that.
Awesome. That's awesome. It's great when you can obviously still connect with your sponsor even years later. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So once obviously you saw the opportunity, and clearly you liked what you saw because you got involved. What were some things that you did right off the bat to get your business moving, to get your business up and off the ground? What are some things that you did to make that happen?
The first thing I did was to watch all the videos in the dashboard, the training, just that learning curve we have to go through. But at the same time, while I was learning, I already knew the traffic part of the business. So while I was learning, I was driving traffic on the other side. I was buying some solo ads because when I started with Now Lifestyle, we didn't have the Facebook leads or the guaranteed page signups back then. So it was all solo ads or Facebook ads, clicks and all that while I was learning. Then the GPS came, the guaranteed paid signups and the Facebook leads that Now Lifestyle has, and I went all in with that traffic. It's a lot easier, and I actually like it more. I've gotten more results with guaranteed paid signups and the Facebook leads than with solo ads and all that traffic.
Awesome. So you said something very, very important that I hope people pick. And these are the little things that I try to pick up on, and I hope everybody else picked up on this too. But you said while you were going through and learning, you were going through the videos on the dashboard and you were learning, you also knew of the importance of driving traffic. So you started driving traffic. So what's really cool here is before you knew everything, before you went through, and because a lot of people they get information overwhelm and they feel they have to go memorize everything in the dashboard, they have to memorize everything in the back office, and then they'll take action. But it sounds like you stepped in, started taking action, and then started kind of learning new things at the same time. Is that
exactly
accurate?
The first thing I learned was, how do I get my link and how do I drive traffic to that link? And once you learn that, everything, you can start driving traffic right into your link, and then you can go learn new things. How can I do better follow-ups, better broadcast? How can I do Facebook ads? This happens a lot with the new members that come with me. They all want to know how to do Facebook ads. And I always tell them to slow down. If they can, go get Facebook leads from Now Lifestyle. And then you can go and learn on YouTube. There's many ways to learn how to do Facebook ads, but first the basics, then you can go a little bit more advanced and learn more complicated stuff. But the first thing is know how to get your link and how to drive traffic into that link, because the follow-ups are already prepared, so the system is already doing that for you. So it's pretty easy.
Awesome. Yeah, we got someone. Paul just commented that he joined on last Thursday and bought a solo ad the same night. I mean, that's how you do it. That's literally how you do it. So I mean, Ace is an example. Paul's an example. That's what you do. You get on board, you grab your link, you start driving traffic, or just like Ace had mentioned, that you go get some guaranteed paid signups. And obviously for him, that's been a very lucrative part of his business. So why don't you take us through that process a little bit? So, what are some things that you do to actually run your business? I mean, obviously you mentioned that you're able to leave your welding job, so you're home now. So what are some things that you do on the daily to continue to, work the business? What does that look like to you?
Actually, when I started, I didn't even have the money to actually invest in traffic. So at the beginning, it was really hard, a little bit overwhelming. But, all the beginnings are hard. But if you stay consistent like I did, results come. And I'm actually shocked by the results that I'm getting. But when I started with free traffic, but it takes a lot of time. You're investing, but what you're not doing is investing money. What you're investing is your time. And what I wanted to do was that time freedom. So I didn't see that a good path to go. So once I started seeing the business, how it works and all that, I already invested on traffic at the beginning, but I didn't get into that, getting a lot of investment in. So I started with free traffic because I didn't have a big budget. But the cool thing is that when you start investing little by little, every month you're gonna start getting some commissions. This starts getting like a big snowball. It starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And each month, I had a bigger budget. Now my budget to invest is a little bit bigger. So now I'm getting a little bit lost here. And well, basically it's gonna get a little bit bigger. Now, what I do daily is, run traffic. That's the first thing I do. I always make sure that I'm running traffic, and then.
Are you still running solo ads consistently?
Solo ads. Well, right now, no. Right now, I'm with the Facebook leads from Now Lifestyle.
Okay, cool.
I left a little bit alone the solo ads, and I'm with Facebook leads now. But I still do have a big list from back then from the solo ads. So the first thing I do is a broadcast. Every single day, I send an email broadcast to all my members, each and every day, being consistent, because you never know. You might have a member that might not buy today, but might buy it in 6 months. So you have to be really, really consistent on that, on the broadcast. I learned that the hard way as well. And basically, that's almost it. And learning and reading a lot of personal development books. But basically, the business is just that: waking up, sending that broadcast, making sure you're having traffic, and it's basically that. And keep learning. That's my daily basis.
Awesome. Yeah, I think the keep learning part is perfect there, because I mean even just till days ago, I mean, I learn new stuff almost every single day, and every time I learn something, I try to turn around and teach that to somebody else. So constantly practicing that ILT, that invest, learn, teach, and
That's what actually changed my business. The reading books and learning every single day. I didn't even know it had that power, just reading. And I actually don't read. I have Audible from Amazon, and I'm all day listening to books and books and books and books.
Awesome. Yeah, I think for me, the audio books are key. And I know when I was really first getting into the online space and getting into online marketing, I mean, the audio books were huge for me. So you're sending out daily broadcasts, you're running traffic, you're using Facebook leads, you're using guaranteed paid signups, which has obviously, helped expand your business tremendously. Now, when you start going through the process, let's say, whether it be through traffic or through a guaranteed paid signup, and you actually sponsor someone, somebody lands in your holding tank, obviously that's got to be a great feeling. What are some things that you do to help connect with that person and help get them on their way? Because obviously someone helped get you on your way. What are some things that you do to help get a new person started?
First thing I do is I send a personal email, not from the autoresponder, just a personal email from my personal email. Then I add them to an autoresponder. I created a list for just team members, so I can send broadcasts to them, just special broadcasts for my team members. I also add them there. In these emails, what I have is a link. I don't know if you know it, Daniel Kump, Calendly.com.
Yep.
So they can actually book their calls. I think 90% don't book their calls. I don't know if they're afraid or not. So after sending that email, first day, they don't book their call. The next day I'm calling them, and they always get the phone, and that's how I usually contact them. If they don't get the phone, text message. And if I see that they don't respond, I just keep calling until they get the phone, because everybody's busy, You never know what they're doing or whatnot. And that's actually how I do it. And then there's the last option. If I don't find them anyway on the phone or whatever, I search for them on Facebook or in the Now Lifestyle group, because everybody goes there. So I search for them. I always try to get in contact with them.
So you just dropped about like 17 different bombs there that I hope people paid attention to. So just to recap real quick, and I want everyone to pay attention here. Please, if you guys are taking notes, paying attention, these are what these webinars are for, to help you guys get better at your game. All right. So you get somebody in your holding tank, you send them a personal email, meaning from your personal email address. So it's a little more personalized. It comes from you. You're not sending it from the lead capture system. You then take the person and then you add them into a campaign that you created in the autoresponder. So for everybody that actually personally joins you, you have them in a campaign in the autoresponder that you send them, obviously, an email to connect with you, and you use the website called Calendly. Now, if you guys that are watching this don't know what Calendly is, it's basically like an appointment booker, like a calendar appointment book that you guys can use. And I'm pretty sure it's a free service, isn't it?
Yep.
So it's a free service that Ace is using that he can send a calendar to his new signups so they can book an appointment with them. However, if they don't book an appointment, he's picking up the phone and he's calling them. And if he can't get a hold of them via phone, then he's going into the Facebook group, the Now Lifestyle Facebook group, looking for him there, looking for him on Facebook, but doing by all means possible, trying to get a hold of his brand new signed up person. Is that accurate?
Exactly.
Awesome. I mean, I think that's awesome, man. I hope I hope everyone's paying attention there, because those are some really awesome things, and those are some great ways. And I would imagine doing all of those things, I would imagine that you probably connect with just about everybody that you sponsor.
Yes, almost everybody. And in the autoresponder campaign, actually, I have like 4 emails ready to be sent during 4 days. And in those 4 days, the emails are basically book your call with me.
Yep.
Basically that. And if I don't find them on the 4th day, they're booking their call on a day, time, and it's awesome because you're going to call and they're going to be there. You know they're going to be there because they booked the call appointment. And if they're not there, they usually call you because they actually don't believe you're going to call. So sometimes it happens, they don't get the phone, and then they call you, oh, I thought you weren't going to call, I didn't know it was you. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's I don't know. People are funny sometimes but then I also get it too, because there is a lot of BS out there. There's a lot of fake systems. There's a lot of, fake people. There's a lot of, false claims where, hey, sign here and you'll be making millions of dollars. And
yeah, I understand. I was exactly the same when I started. So I totally understand it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, plain and simple, people are skeptical, so they think that if they sign up for something, then, they hear, oh, someone's going to call me, probably either no one's going to call, or it's going to be some automated bot system that's going to try to, who knows, God only knows. But I think the fact that you actually reach out to people is great. And what's funny is, there's a lot of similarities with the people that we have on the Tuesday recognition webinars, because there's a lot of similar traits. And one of those is a lot of what you had just walked through, sending out the personalized email, texting them, calling them, going onto Facebook, trying to connect with them in some way, form, or another. But you actually added a little bit of spice to it by creating that campaign and the autoresponder, and then adding, your paid signups, adding your actual downline members into the autoresponder, and then sending out emails and getting them to book appointments with you was really, really cool. I think that's a great idea, and I hope that you guys are paying attention here and taking notes and taking advantage of the tips that Ace is sharing with you guys. So you had mentioned a little while back, you had mentioned personal development, and I know that's something that's been really, really big for me. That's definitely helped me get to the levels and things that I've achieved. What are some day-to-day things that you do as far as personal development goes? I mean, obviously you mentioned the audios, but are there any specific types of personal development or any specific people that you like to listen to, or what type of things do you like to do to stay in that frame of mind?
I listen to a lot of personal development in the business world, but what I do like personally is books like Mel Robbins. Don't know if you know who Mel Robbins is.
I know the name.
Because when I started, it is true, I was really lazy. I usually procrastinated a lot, so I really needed those books. And one of the best books that actually changed the whole way of me thinking is Mel Robbins, The 5-Second Rule, and Jen Sincero. You're a badass, and you're a badass at making money.
I love that one. That's probably one of my top 3. It's probably my top 3.
And then a lot of books, Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, all this is business related, but the books that really, really helped me were books like Mel Robbins, Tony Robbins also. I love that guy's books. And basically that kind of personal development, the 5-second rule, that totally changed me because I used to procrastinate a lot. And the
Yep.
5-second rule book is just for that, you know, to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, make that call, and doing all that.
I think that's great, man. So a lot of people, it's funny. I talk about a lot in various webinars, and actually something that I'm going to talk about at the national event in a couple of days, is just that, like the 3 main successes for having an online business. Number 1, we already talked about, which is traffic. Number 2 is conversions. So taking your traffic and then converting them either, you know, into a business builder or a customer. Or, I mean, another part of conversions, and a lot of times people don't really think about this, but another part of conversions is taking your newest member and then converting them into, you know, whether it be taking them from VIP up to platinum or taking them from platinum to all in, you know, those are also other types of conversions. But the third really key, like the glue that holds your online business together, is having the right mindset and understanding personal development. And a lot of times people really take that for granted. And I'm glad to see that you understand that, you get that, you see the importance in that. So hopefully, you know, everybody else that is watching and listening to this is picking up on that too. Yeah, Joni says the Rich Dad Poor Dad series from Robert Kiyosaki. I mean, those are great
books. Those were the first books I actually read, and The Science of Getting Rich.
Oh yeah, Wallace D. Waddles. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. And what you're saying, it's all 100% true. If it wasn't for the books, I would have quit a long time ago. You have to have the mindset. If you don't have the mindset, the mindset's 95% or maybe 99% of the business. If you don't have the mindset, you're going to end up giving up. That's true, because you're going to get overwhelmed. So you actually do need that mindset to say that you're going to do this. You're going to be consistent, and if you're consistent, the results are going to come alone.
That's just it, consistency. And I mean, that's something that and this will kind of lead us into our next topic here, but, you know, consistent. I mean, you have been with Now Lifestyle for over a year. What, about a year and a half now?
Yes, I started it's not 1 year and a half, in June. Started in June last year, 2017.
Okay, so, you know, a year and
1 year, a little bit more than a year, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, you know about consistency, you know about being in it for the long haul, that never quit, you know, never say never attitude, which obviously stems right off of personal development, which is exactly what we're talking about. What, you know, just be honest here. What is driving you? You know, because obviously for anybody to be in a business for more than a year, it takes dedication. So what is pushing you to, you know, to keep going, to keep driving, to, you know, to be that stay-at-home entrepreneur, if you will?
If I'm honest, I can't actually say like there's a lot of people that it's because of their kids, their family. I don't have kids, so I can't say those things. If I'm really honest, when I started all this, and what really pumped me up, might sound a little bit stupid what I'm going to say, because it's something material, but I fell in love with a bike. You know, I fell in love with a bike that I've always wanted. I didn't have the money to buy that bike, and I was consistent actually just for that, just that little thing. And I actually got it. You can see that in Facebook. I actually got it thanks to Now Lifestyle, thanks to commissions. And after having that bike, this started getting really serious. I mean, it started getting like, man, I got that thanks to Now Lifestyle, and things started to pump up in a different way. So I don't actually know how to explain it, but now it's different. Now what wakes me up is what I said at the beginning, just being my boss, just having my own schedule, having the freedom. So being able to just get my computer, take it with me. I want to go to a beach on the northern part of Spain or the south. Just get all I need is my computer. So that's what actually drives me, that freedom, that kind of freedom, not going to work every day, waking up at 5 a.m. and having a boss. You don't know how your boss is going to be that day, that he might be upset or whatever. Just waking up, working here a little bit, and working in now lifestyle, I mean, doing your work, it's not going to take you more than 1 hour and a half or 2 hours at most, and not every single day. So that's actually what drives me to keep pushing.
Awesome. I think it's awesome that you actually set a goal and then you hit it. You remind me of Al Ponto. He was my guest a couple of weeks ago, and one of his goals was to save up enough money so he could actually take he could take his Harley to Italy and go ride around in Europe. And that was one of his goals when he first joined Now Lifestyle, and he did that. He was able to do that, but he realized that he was quickly able to pay for his trip, and then the money just kept growing and growing. So he now now is obviously moving on to bigger and better things. But it's amazing when you can actually set a goal, you have that goal, you start working towards that goal, and you reach it. I think if only just more people would would set goals for themselves and then go after it like you did. I think that's
Yeah,
awesome.
even though if it's a small goal, you don't have to come here and say I want to be a millionaire. And well, in 2 days you're not going to do it, neither. So. But the motorbike, each time I go and get my motorbike, I watch the motorbike and I see it, and I see it's thanks to my business, my online business. So that actually motivates me every single day. Just riding my motorbike right now, thanks to that, thanks to the business, I have it. So I don't know, knowing that I can crush my first goal, I know I can crush all the goals I want to set right now and setting right now.
Awesome. Awesome, man. It's all about crushing the goals, man. All about crushing the
Exactly.
goals. So let me ask you this. So for everybody that's here, that is, we had a few people that were here that were new. And then for everyone that watches this, or maybe people that watch the replay, whether it be on YouTube or in the Now Lifestyle community, for everyone that's kind of just sitting back and they're on the fence, they haven't gotten started yet. They, or maybe they took the dollar trial, but they haven't done anything yet. They haven't taken any action yet. What would be your advice to that person that either, just got started and hasn't done anything, or people that are thinking about getting started? What would be your advice?
It's not wait, just start and do it. That actually would be my advice. Just do it, like Nike says, right?
Yep.
I don't know how to explain it. If you don't do it, you're never gonna know what's gonna happen after. So might as well start. And if you start, my number one tip is you are gonna get overwhelmed at the beginning because there's a learning curve. Just relax. Go through your training. The training in Now Lifestyle is super easy to follow, and I would just go. I mean, right now there's an offer that's $10, so you're not gonna find that anywhere. So it's just $10 a month, so it's worth the try. My advice is that you're gonna get overwhelmed, but just keep pushing. And for those that are already in and maybe are struggling at the beginning, keep pushing. We've all been through that at the beginning. We all struggle, but just keep pushing. Once you have that breakthrough, it's all gonna go up.
Awesome. Good advice, sir. Good advice, Mel. Well, listen, man, I am glad that you got to hit your first goal, and I'm sure you're going to be well on your way to hitting your second goal. Really appreciate you taking crazy time out of your day to be here with us. And you dropped a ton of gold nuggets, and I really hope that people got a lot of value out of this, especially when it comes to like the follow-up piece. I think what you're doing with the Calendly thing there and adding people to the autoresponder, I think that's awesome. So hopefully people were writing this stuff down, taking notes, and we're able to take that. And I think that, you definitely added some value. So if you guys thought that Ace did a great job here and provided some value for you guys, and you got something out of tonight's webinar, please throw some applause his way. Let him know that he did a great job, that he added some value. And And also, for those of you that are brand new or sitting back on the fence and you have not gotten started yet, hang around till the very end of this webinar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link in here, nls1p.com. You guys can click on that link and you guys can get started right now today for just one measly stinking little dollar. And you can come in, you can see our system, you can take action just like Ace did, drive some traffic, get some results, and start building your own online business. And who knows, maybe someday you'll be on this webinar and it will be 3 a.m. and you'll be in some other country and we'll be hanging out here. Well, listen, man, Ace, really appreciate you taking the time. We'll let you hopefully get some rest. And I gotta hit the shower, and I gotta be up really early myself tomorrow because I'm flying down to Texas for the national event. So
have a great trip, and hopefully I'll be on the next event. I'm not gonna be able to make it on this one, but see you on next one.
Yeah, I'm sure you will definitely be there. Awesome. Well, listen, guys, for my man Ace over there, again, thank you, sir. My name is Daniel. We'll see you guys live on the next webinar. As always, stay tuned. This week, I think all webinars are off because I know Janet and John and Richard and everybody else are down at the event, so there's probably not going to be any webinars on Wednesday and Thursday. But as always, stay tuned for the next ones. We will let you guys know. And as always, I know me and this guy will see you guys on the leaderboard. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye.